Hey Team Shuckle, what is up? Welcome back to another episode of Double Trouble. Today and for the next 6 episodes, I will be playing you guys back the battles from the premiere challenge that I went to on Sunday in West Babylon. For those of you who follow me on Twitter, you already know the outcomes of these battles. I did try to make it so you guys knew what the outcomes would be and that I was going to record these, so I marked those with spoilers. So if you're scrolling on my Twitter and you don't want to see the outcomes of these battles before I record them, look for the post that said spoilers. So just look for that and you won't know. I won't give you guys how I did in the tournament until the end because that will spoil the videos, but I did really well and I'm really excited for that. So our first battle is against Matthew T. I wrote down his name, but I unfortunately can't really read it, so I don't really know if it's like territory or territory or terradary. It's not good. But this was round 1 of the premiere challenge in West Babylon. He brought Gardevoir, Garchomp, Zapdos, Mawile, Talonflame, and Hydreigon. So, you know, I was looking at his team, and you can see my team all the way on the left of the template. I was looking at his team, and I was really worried about the Hydreigon. I knew I was going to need something for it. Gardevoir is really my dragon killer on this team. I sort of need it. Goodra is good at dragon killing, but, you know, I obviously can't have Goodra against a choice band Garchomp, and, you know, nowadays I'm not really sure if there's going to be a choice band Garchomp. So it wasn't really my main choice, and considering, you know, he had Zapdos and other things, you know, I figured, you know, Zapdos and Talonflame I'd have Rotom Heat for. Garchomp and Mawile, you know, I could use Rotom Heat as well, you know, burn the Garchomp, burn the Mawile, one-hit KO the Mawile. So I decided to go for Gengar, Rotom Heat, Kangaskhan, and Gardevoir. So let's get into this battle. I led off with Gengar and Rotom Heat because I figured, you know, he's probably going to want to start off with Mawile. And I don't want to get intimidated or anything like that with my Kangaskhan and then leave me in a position where I won't be able to take it out. But he does end up starting off with Zapdos and Garchomp. Now, I'm still not too worried about this lead. He does have the Rock Slide advantage though, so I did not want to keep my Rotom here. I brought in Kangaskhan. I wasn't sure how he would take the attack, but I just brought it in anyway. I figured it was the best, and I was going to go for Trick Room with my Gengar anyway, so it just worked. And the cool thing about this is he does Thunder Wave my Gengar, which I was worried about at first, but then I'm really fast in Trick Room, and I loved it. So I kept it. So then I decided here, of course, you know, I'm going to Mega Evolve, and Kangaskhan does have such scariness in Trick Room. Fake Out, you know, people are worried about Fake Out. But unfortunately, my Gengar does get paralyzed. I Shadow Balled the Garchomp, which I guess in the long run really doesn't matter, but chip damage is chip damage. So I just one-shot a Zapdos. That's right. My opponent was really surprised at that, but unfortunately he was Rocky Helmet, I believe. Yeah, he was Rocky Helmet. So all that chip damage just made it so my Kangaskhan does go down to the Dragon Claw, which really isn't that big of a deal because, you know, what he has left in the back, I don't really need Kangaskhan for. I can do damage with my other Pokemon. So what I did here was I brought in Gardevoir, which was great because, you know, you've got the Talonflame and the Garchomp. I figured he'd go for a Brave Bird onto the Rotom, so I decided to bring, or onto the Gengar, so I decided to bring Rotom in, of course. He does bring in Mawile over the Garchomp, and I believe I predicted that. Oh no, that's a different game, actually, probably. I don't know what I'm saying. He does end up Brave Birding the Rotom, which is great, but he crits me, and it's in a spot where not very good. Now, I didn't see that he had Life Orb, actually, and I did predict him to switch into the Mawile here, so I went for Psychic onto the Talonflame, but unfortunately I missed it by this much, and I brought in Gengar here for fodder. You know, I realized I needed Gardevoir in case, well, he didn't have Hydreigon, because at this point we knew that he didn't have Hydreigon, but I needed it for Garchomp. It was my only real way, surefire way of taking it out. But here is, oh, no, never mind. So he ends up taking out himself with the Talonflame, and I try to burn the Mawile. I wasn't really, I thought he would switch out. I didn't really see him protecting here, so I just sort of hoped. But unfortunately, we do still have Trick Room up, and my Gardevoir does not have Protect. So I was sort of hoping on the fact that, you know, I got the Intimidate off, that I'd be able to survive an Iron Head. But, you know, in all honesty, the only way you can possibly survive an Iron Head from a Mega Mawile is with a Babiri Berry. So there's just no way I was going to survive that, and it was worth a shot because I didn't really have anything else. You know, I just have Rotom, Heat, and Gardevoir left. But I do end up taking out the Mawile this turn. This Mawile is specifically designed to one-hit KO Ray Rizzo's Mawile, the bulkiest Mega Mawile out there right now. So it was just guaranteed. Now he goes for Swords Dance here, and I was like, that's a very odd choice. But it sort of made sense because he was sort of stalling out Trick Room. He knew I wouldn't attack the Garchomp, because if I attacked the Garchomp, I would have lost, pretty much. So yeah, he ends up beating me 1-0, which is really not that bad. I really like that battle. I traced Rough Skin, which I don't know if that really came into play. Can't say it did, but it was decently helpful. The trace for the Intimidate was very helpful, sort of. Not really, it didn't really help. But that was the first match, and it didn't go great, but I was a little disappointed that I lost the first match, but I think, you know, there wasn't really much else I could have done there. Scizor does not really have a matchup against his team at all, so Scizor really just would have been useless in this match. Gujo, like I said, he has double dragons, so that was sort of too risky, plus he has Gardevoir. So that was just way too risky. Oh, plus he has Mawile, so there's just no need to bring Gujo there. So that just left me with those four, and I figured those were my best. The paralysis on Gengar, I can't say it mattered. I would have gotten somewhere between, I want to say like 60 to 40%. I don't know offhand, that's why I'm giving such a huge range. I would have done that much, which is a lot, but as you saw, I didn't really have time to really counter it again. So, I don't know. It could have gone either way, but it went his way. So that's the battle, so I hope to see you guys at the next episode, and peace.